Alright, my fellow YouTube stalkers, here we are in the way to Pripyat, finally, and I got some free time to play some of this a bit sooner than I expected. So here we go, we're gonna dive right in. We gotta talk to this guy Sulfur here to progress past this little bunker in the cordon. I'm not gonna read all this, but I'll give you the general idea. What happened was we stumbled across a mine, our character here got a bad concussion, and forgot everything, and this guy got his arm blown off, as you can probably see by the stump shooting out of his torso there. So we're just going to skip through this. If you want to pause the video and read this, feel free, of course. But now we're free to do some exploring, and I will explain what this mod is all about in a second. And you can see here our starting equipment. We have the barrel suit, the barrel 5M. It's pretty much in piss poor condition, does nothing to protect us, but luckily repairs don't actually cost that much in this mod. And then we've got a broken ass AKM 74U, AKS 74U, sorry. And then the Marsh pistol, the Martha pistol, which is just a Beretta 92, or I don't know what it's exactly called in real life. Anyways, don't forget to loot this couch here. He told us to take his rifle, so we're not stealing anything from him. And spoiler alert, this guy is going to die pretty much as soon as we leave here and come back. So, what is this mod all about? Well, let me quick save here so we don't have to do that song and dance again. And we're just going to have to kill some flesh piggies out here. I should also note this this AKS 74U is my favorite gun in the game by far. Oh, as long as it's not jamming like that, then it's fine. Oh! Okay, thank you for that, dog. Okay, we gotta be a bit careful here. Mutants do inflict a lot of damage if you don't have any decent armor. Anyway, so what is this mod all about? Well, it's a total conversion mod in pretty much every sense of the word. The arsenal is almost completely converted, and I'll get more in detail about that in a minute after I bandage. But most importantly, the story is totally changed. So you can see we started in the cordon here, and I'll walk you through some of the maps. So we've got the cordon from, this is the Clear Sky cordon, and then Clear Sky Yantar here. And then we have the army warehouses also from Clear Sky, Pripyat, and the Chernobyl NPP here. I don't know why these aren't exactly showing up. I might just mouse over them. Is it because I'm too far away or something? Oh, there we go. I wasn't far enough away. We also have transition points like the Jupiter Underground, which takes us to Pripyat, of course. And then we actually have the hospital and the Agroprom Underground. And I just want to say one thing, this isn't a spoiler, but if you're planning on getting this mod and you're already playing it and you want to sort of beat it before I get the chance here, I've also actually beaten it before, but when you get to the Agroprom Underground, go into your options and go here and make sure you put it onto full dynamic lighting. Make sure it's not on DirectX 10 or enhanced full dynamic lighting or full dynamic lighting. Make sure it's not on DirectX 10 or 11 because it crashes in the underground there. That's the only place you're going to have to worry about that, really. And then, of course, static lighting does not work in this mod, unfortunately. So if you have a fairly low-end PC and you usually have to run Stalker on static lighting, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work that way. So anyways, back to the story. It's totally converted. There's not even a single remnants of the vanilla storyline in this mod. It's completely new, completely rewritten. There are a fair number of sort of fetch quests where you're sent to go out and get X item, but the main storyline is actually quite interesting, what it makes you do and where it takes you. So we'll get into that later on when we actually come across the point where that matters, but for now we are just trying to trying to go and loot some of these buildings. Vodka is going to be very useful for us, as well as this food. That's everything there. These ladders are sometimes a pain to get up. You sort of have to crouch jump up them. Oh, and if you do plan on beating this mod, I will tell you, You've got to pretty much master crouch jumping for the end portion. Unless you do it differently than I do. Okay, finally. The ending of this game, not to spoil anything, but it is ridiculously hard. If you're not prepared for it. So again, I can't remember exactly where everything is in here, if we've picked it up. I believe there is another, there's a medkit stash up where the, what is it, the Merc suit in Vanilla Shock. Actually, sorry, it's not in the same place, it's just, the Merc suit's one house down. I don't remember if there's anything in here in Vanilla Shock. So here we go, we've got a stack of 4 medkits, I believe. There are a lot of stashes in the cordon that have very, very useful equipment. So definitely explore around. Do your fair share of exploration and you will be repaid. Down here, I don't believe there's anything. Nope. Definitely nothing down here. Another thing you'll notice is we do not spawn with binoculars. I am now spamming 5, no binoculars, so we gotta go buy those. That's gonna be very important for us later on. Binoculars. Okay, now I don't want to spend 4 hours going through all these houses. I think we're fine at the moment. We've definitely got enough medkits to get us rolling here. So we'll check our map. This is where we're heading. We're going to the bridge first, and then this is the main Stalker neutral base. Each area, Yantar is sort of the duty headquarters, even though there's not many dutiers, and then Army Warehouses is obviously the home of freedom. So there's a little bit of faction play going on, but for the most part, the enemies you're going to be fighting are not actually going to be humans for the first, I'd say, half of the game. Maybe occasionally, but it's usually just mutant combat, so this is why the AKS-74U is so valuable. It does a lot of damage, more than just about any other sort of rifle that I found in the game that fires this quickly. So the other guns, I should bring this up, if you are a person who likes really sort of fine and polished guns in these mods. Okay, this is going poorly so far. We don't have very much sprint either, so... Oh, that was a headshot by that dog. That's what that was. Okay. That's how we're gonna do things. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh. And jumping around like a maniac also wins the race. Oh, god damn it, you stupid dog. Why don't we just... I'm trying to talk to my viewers here. Okay, thank you for dying. Anyways, if you are a person who likes very polished, sort of refined gun models and also having a big arsenal, this mod might disappoint a little bit. It was designed for 4:3 monitors pretty much exclusively, so all the scopes have the purple bars on the side. And it's hard to notice here. The sight actually looks quite nice on first glance, but if you look, it's not actually aligned. And that's a consistent theme throughout the game here. Obviously, stuff like this that is not retextured sort of lines up okay. But I'd say about 75% of the guns in this mod have pretty jacked up iron sights. And this is obviously a very, very, very minor sort of iron sight misalignment. But some of them later on are pretty much unusable. So my advice to you to fully enjoy this mod is to stick with the AKS-74U. Just use the other guns, sort of. You know, there's some that are really good, like the Scar L, I think? I can't remember. It might be the Scar H. Not sure. But there's a Scar later on that will serve us fairly well, and then obviously rifles like the VSS Vintorez, and there is the Barrett M82, I think? Stuff like that obviously works fine, but for the most part, just stick with the AKS-74U right until the end game. It'll serve you very well. And don't worry too much about the other guns. This is not really what this mod's all about. Okay, so this guy is going to tell us to go to the neutral camp, or he's going to tell us where the neutral camp is. And he's also going to give us a mission. He wants us to kill a flesh in the ATP, which is the sort of machine yard place down there where the bandits you had to kill are in Vanilla Shock. So he wants us to go kill the flesh there, or the fleshes. And in a reward, as a reward, he is going to give us some cartridges. I believe they are 545 cartridges. And as soon as we go pick up some more missions at this neutral base, we are going to go do some more exploration and pick up some stashes. There is a bit of a challenge that we're going to have to do getting one of the documents down in the military base at the very southern point of the cordon here. Hint, hint, it does not involve killing military dudes.
Howdy ho!
So here we are, more awesome vanilla English voice acting here. Hey, bro. Howdy ho. Stuff like that. So here's the trader right here. He doesn't really have anything right now that's going to be super useful. But yeah, we're going to make a little joke with him here. And another thing I should note is when you are getting quests, I highly recommend you actually read through all this. Not like I'm sort of just skimming through this because I already know mostly what to do. But I suggest you read all of this because later on down the line you will not get hints. You will not get like quest markers showing up on the map. You just get these descriptions. So please read these if you don't want to get stuck. So yes, there's often work. Some tasks are simpler than others. Okay, tell me the details. Go check the contract papers. You'll read what is required. So here from this guy, he gives us like a mission briefing folder here, which we can read. And I should also note here, this is what we got from the guy with his arm blown off, is drawings from the blockhouse. It is sort of blueprints of the NPP and Pripyat. Anyways, this is our mission here. It is necessary to go to the military blockhouse to find on a table a handheld computer of the commanders and bring it to me. So that's where the military checkpoint is going to come in place. But let me see if we have enough money here. Yes, we indeed have enough money. Repair this for 1,200. That is a very good price. And I'm going to start upgrading this right away here. We're going to get plenty of money moving on. So let me just get all of the tier 1s. I might as well get mag size up. Reliability, recoil. Reliability might be nice to have, but I think recoil is something we want to get under control first and foremost. Fire rate. Fire rate is very important. Fire rate again. So you might think this seems like a waste of money at the moment. But please, I've already said this. Note that this is my favorite gun in the game, and I used this in my last playthrough of this mod right up until the last second of the game. So it's definitely no waste of money.
Hey, bro.
And I accidentally forgot there's one more mission in here. Or a couple more, actually. This guy wants tools. Are you a technician? Yes. Hello, Stalker. That's good, so I can see you to upgrade and make repairs. Is it expensive? Well, it's not cheap. We all have to make a living, but there's a way you can get yourself better workmanship and prices. Okay, so he's going to give us 30 rubles. He's going to give us 30,000 rubles to get him the toolkit here in the cordon. So we'll tell him we'll keep our eyes open. So here's another hint. You'll find them laying around. I reckon the ATP is worth a look. Military checkpoint. And I think he also notes vehicles. Now, I should mention, I haven't actually found these tools so far. I looked around for these like crazy at one point, but I think I know where they are. So hopefully they are where I think they are, and we can kill two birds with one stone. Okay, so the cook here is going to ask us to get... I think he's going to ask for special ingredients, like a bread? Yeah, rye bread. And this is only found in Yantar. So again, I know where this is, but we're not going to have to deal with that until further on down the line. And this guy, he's got a lot of story too. So I'm just going to skip through this and give you the gist of it. He has been imprisoned here, he has debts to pay off, and we have to get him a revolver. I think it's the Ruger GP100 that we have to get him. So if we get that, I'm not sure where you can actually find it, but I know you can buy it for a relatively cheap price. I think it's around 7,000 to 8,000 at the Army Warehouse Trader. So definitely, again, if you're going to play ahead, pick that up and give
Howdy
it to him
ho.
pronto, because he gives an excellent reward. And here's where we can sleep.
I'm listening.
Just got to go in here, and again, we've got the standard sort of Call of Pripyat sleep scale. I'm not going to need any
Hey,
sleep
bro.
right now, but we are going to pick up more missions. In here is where the main boss guy for this camp is, and he
I'm
has
listening.
3 separate missions. So he tells you you're chief, or he's chief. Okay, work. We're going to ask about this. And kill the pseudo giant can wait. We are going to choose find the jellyfish. And we are not going to give the jellyfish to him when we pick it up. We can find that in the break anomaly, I think it's called. Let me just check the map. Yeah, the break anomaly. So here's where the jellyfish is located. Now, radiation is possibly one of the biggest obstacles you'll face early on in the game, because every time you get irradiated, it will kill you if you don't use vodka or anti-rads, and you will be using a lot of vodka and anti-rads if you don't have some sort of radiation negating artifact. I know this because I did not have a radiation negating artifact the first playthrough of this, and I was struggling pretty much like 3/4 into the game with anti-rads constantly. It was a pain in the ass, and I wouldn't recommend anybody try to go through this game without some kind of jellyfish or other artifact like that early on, and I don't believe there is a way of getting an artifact until at least the army warehouses. So here's another good stash. This is just up on the bridge here. I'll show you on the map. Right around here there is a VSS Vinterez, 180 rounds, and a PSS 2X scope. So definitely pick those up. Hop on over here. We might as well equip that in our pistol slot. We can also use this bolt action Seiko TRG-42, but no, I always prefer a good Vintar BC, as it's called in Vanilla Stalker. So there we go. You can see sort of the bars on the side of the screen. The scopes are actually fairly nice. I like the textures. But unfortunately, they are meant for 4 to 3 monitors, so you do get those annoying bars. Again, it's just a little bit of a nitpick. I don't think it's a really game-breaking detail that you have those, but you know, my opinion may differ from some of yours. So to each his own. Now here's the flesh that we can kill. More specifically, the fleshes, and this scope also has sort of target identification, which is amazing. I'm not going to deal with them right this second, though. And that area down there is just a radiation-saturated hellhole. Even if you have 2 bubbles, it's hard to not get, like, critical radiation poisoning down there. So we are not going to go into that complex. We are just going to kill the fleshes that reside beside that complex, and hopefully draw out the one that's inside. Anyways, the break anomaly is where we're headed first. Pick up that jellyfish. This is actually quite a difficult anomaly to navigate sometimes. And another thing to note, I know there's been a lot of other things to note so far, but something important is the stamina in this mod is somewhat like it was in Misery Patch 2, if I can describe it in some way. It's not annoyingly limited, but at times it can be a little bit frustrating when you're getting low on stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here we are again. I had to backtrack a little bit to get that VSS, simply because I hadn't quick saved. Anyways, we're coming up to these dogs again. Hopefully I'll be able to just snipe them with this thing. And I should also note, the scope can also be used on the AKM 70 or the AKS 74U. I'm gonna get that wrong throughout this playthrough, aren't I? So this just functions as a red dot sort of sight. Just I don't really see the point of attaching this. I think the iron sights are far better on this rifle. But you know, whoops. If you want to, you can attach it to the AKS 74U. Now, these dogs are hopefully not going to be too much of a problem. if we can just take them out from afar. We have plenty of ammo for this thing. Okay, they should be... Where are they? Okay. So... Oh, that's why, Never mind, never mind. My bad. Forget what I just said. This is something you spawn with, the PSU-1 scope. And it is simply just like a red dot scope, so... Wow, I got that mixed up. Anyways, we're gonna see if we can snipe the shit out of these dogs. Might need to get a bit closer. The bullet drop is quite significant. Stop running around. These things are annoying sometimes. Just going all the way over there. Okay. Well, that certainly made them scatter, didn't it? Don't see them anymore. Oh. Okay, there's one dog down. Two dogs down. A great sort of mutant fighting technique is to just always get high ground where they can't reach you. It's just a foolproof way of killing mutants. And that was the jellyfish, I believe, down there that I just saw. Okay, and since we don't have binoculars, we can use the scope to sort of find enemies. And I don't see anyone, so I'm going to quick save and get on down in here. Is that the jellyfish? I'm not sure. Anyways, let's get out our echo detector, our bolts. Oh no, that's just the dog's corpse that ran into it. Okay. Now you can sort of walk through these ones. They don't hurt you unless you get close to the middle. Okay, let's try not to get sucked in there. Where is it? It's definitely not here. I think it's between these two over here. This looks like it would be a great stash location, but unfortunately there's nothing. There's no openable container there. Okay, come on now. There we go. Oh. Oh, no. No. Not happening this time. Not happening. There we go. We got out of that one just in time. And we didn't even pick up the goddamn artifact.